Good morning. I'm Jordan Basham, Chair of WKU Staff Senate. Welcome to the September 2023 meeting of the Staff Senate. I'm calling to order. We'll open with roll call. Regent Brinkley. Present. Thank you. Senator Kanzler. Present. Thank you. Senator Collins.
Present.
Thank you. Senator North. Thank you to join us today. Senator Gilbert. Present. Thank you. Senator Henry.
Present.
Senator Hopwood.
Yes, sir.
Thank you both. Senator Inglis. Addition Zoom. Okay. Senator Jenkins.
Okay.
Senator Johnson. Senator Jones, I believe he's on Zoom. Oh, and Senator Jones. Senator Hopkins is on Zoom. Senator Moran is on Zoom. Senator Purdy. And Vice Chair Stoll.
Present.
Senator Vanderpool.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Vincent.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Wright. All right. Our last, our agenda was distributed electronically. I'd ask that the Senate accept that via unanimous consent and without objection. Our agenda is accepted. And as well, our prior monthly minutes from our meeting in July or August. So struggling with September. Our meeting minutes from August were distributed electronically. As long as no one saw any corrections that need to be made to those, I'll ask the Senate to accept those through unanimous consent as well. Okay, consider those accepted. And we'll move on to our Christian Staff Star Award. Senator Vincent.
Good morning. Thank you everyone for joining us today. The Staff Star Award was created to recognize those individuals who go above and beyond and make a difference here on campus. Chris Ware, when he started this award, wanted to show a small token of appreciation to the work and all the hours that we put in and staff members. So it's nice to see a full crowd here supporting other staff members. So our first award goes to Rebecca Collins. Rebecca is the Learning Resource Coordinator in the School of Nursing and Allied Health. Unfortunately, her supervisor couldn't be here, but he sent some words on her behalf. In my opinion, Rebecca is one of the most deserving people for the Staff Star Award. Her work ethic, leadership, professionalism, and commitment to learner development has inspired me in many areas of my career. She is an advocate for improving our nursing students' lab skills and ensuring those skills translate into competent clinical practice. Rebecca works very long hours to ensure that the learning needs of our students are met. She provides direct hands-on skills, review and practice opportunities to students while serving as a resource for lab operations. Rebecca has proven that WKU staff members have a direct impact on preparing students to apply classroom lab concepts in real world scenarios. She exemplifies WKU's mission of preparing students of all backgrounds to be productive, engaged, and socially responsible citizen leaders to a global society. Rebecca works down at South Campus, and I always see her in the halls, and she's always helping her students, and she has a support system here with her coworkers. So Rebecca, thank you. You can come up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Our next Christopher Ware Staff Star Award goes to Adam Ashby. Adam is the coordinator for student records and registration in the Office of the Registrar. This is from his nominator. Adam's work is characterized by an infectious enthusiasm to help students and colleagues. Every morning he arrives to work with a smile, and that enthusiasm doesn't falter throughout the day. In the registrar's office, students reach out for all of us to help all the time, and Adam's position puts him as the first point of contact. The issues he helps students with are rarely simple, clear-cut, or even limited to one office's area of responsibility. It would be easy and tempting to give a student a quick answer and then forward them to another office. But Adam doesn't do that. He thoroughly investigates what the student needs and then works to connect with the appropriate resources. In short, when Adam helps a student with the problems, he sees the problem through the completion. His thoroughness, diligence, and friendly demeanor make Adam a great asset to the registrar's office and a great person to know. We are very fortunate to have him on our team. My area also works with Adam, and he is the best. We send him emails all the time, and he takes care of everything we need. So definitely, we appreciate all the help you give our office. And also speaking on his behalf is Dr. Jennifer Hammonds, the University Registrar.
It'll be hard to follow that nomination. So I think we're very blessed to have Adam here, although he did walk down here without me. And standing up here taking back something, but I do think that it's super important that, you know, you nominate these from your peers. And so rather than me seeing up here as a supervisor, I mean, it's really great to read some of the words that also has been submitted to me through that. And somebody in this room actually wrote this, but I won't say who wrote that, but I want to send a quick note to sing Adam's praises. Adam is unfailingly helpful, very thoughtful, and swift in his responses to any of the questions and needs. He's fantastic to work with on any issue that I have and provides wonderful support on any email I send his way. He's one of the people that makes working at WKU such a great place to do so. We all need someone like Adam on our team, and I'm glad the registrar's office has him. Me too, don't steal him. I wanted you to know that his efforts don't go unnoticed, and it's greatly appreciated. And one of the things I think for me is too, that if he gets an email from a student and he doesn't know the answer right away, he'll send it to me and say, hey, do you know the answer to this? And of course, I'll get busy doing something else. I'll forget to answer. So he'll politely come in and say, you still need to answer me, so I can answer something else. So that's good to know that he does that in a way that, you know, keeps me on task also. Another comment was, I want to commend you on a wonderful staff. The email below is just an example. I contacted Adam with a problem I couldn't solve, and he fixed it immediately. I didn't have to do another thing. He just took care of it. And he had a terrific attitude while doing so. So I appreciate that. He's very attentive and very courteous to our students, to faculty, to the campus community. You know, it's great to have that and him to make a positive contribution to WKU, and we're lucky to have him on our team. So.
You can just put Jordan in there, you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Our final Christopher Ware Staff Star Award goes to Carol Lee. Carol is the Office Coordinator for the Educational Enhancement Programs. Speaking on her behalf is the Executive Director of the WKU TRIO Programs, Dr. Brian Brosh.
I'm also gonna bring up Dr. Sales. I'm more the structured by the book reader, and she is more off the cuff.
I'll make that stuff.
Just read what I submitted. Carol has been a foundation of our WKU TRIO talent search and TRIO programs for over 20 years. Her dedication and support of the TRIO staff, along with the 8 other TRIO programs, has been a major reason for their continued success. Ms. Lee has helped educate, train, and guide and mentor many of our office coordinators over the years. Her institutional knowledge is irreplaceable. Over the years, as many TRIO staff have come and gone, she has been a constant source of knowledge and support. She is by far one of the most helpful and dedicated employees I have ever had the pleasure of working with here at WKU. Furthermore, Carol Lee has always been a source of positivity and care. Her sense of compassion and genuineness, kindness is easily recognized in every interaction. She's eager to take on a task and help our department succeed. When an issue or problem arises, she is quick to respond and always goes the extra mile to find every solution. Carol understands that our program's success impacts thousands of high school students as they prepare for collegiate success. Never seeking recognition and always working in the background, Ms. Lee has impacted countless lives without them ever knowing her contributions. Carol plans to retire, I said August, but actually we keep on kicking back. I will retire, but September of this year, she's going to retire from Trio, and we'll truly miss her warmth and compassion as she exits the university. But she's not going to be able to exit because we're going to draw her back in. So we want to thank you sincerely from the bottom of our hearts, from the whole entire Trio staff. You are a rock, you are an anchor to all of us, and you will be missed. But like I said, you're not getting away.
I started at actually the same time. When I started Trio, I was pregnant at the time and she welcomed me in, and then I think I actually interviewed, I sat on her, she was with Upper Bound, and then I stole her from Upper Bound. She started working for me in reference to specifically Trio Talent Search. And I want to let her know that all the things that Dr. Roush said is totally true. But most of all, Carol Lee took care of me. She took care of me. I didn't have to worry about my calendar. We're not gonna cry, Carol. I didn't have to worry about my calendar. I didn't have to worry about home. I didn't have to worry about work. When I would spend time working on grants, Carol Lee made sure I ate. She brought me food, not only at work, but she took care of my home when I needed it. When my mom died, Carol Lee was right there. Carol Lee is a caretaker. And for that, I am grateful. I'm so appreciative of you and all that you've done, not only for Trio. Brian spoke in reference to Trio, but I'm speaking personally. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I thank you for all that you've done and continue to do, not only in the lives of the thousands you've blessed, but in my life. Thank you. Thank you, Keith.
What are you doing? Well, y'all give me
Oh,
a- Yeah. Thank you all for attending, and thank you for the great compliments. I think we could probably recruit some of these people that are staff stars. It might be that, you guys might not want to do that, but thank you all for being here.
Thanks, Sam. That's it. Now move on to our information item for a presentation on time hire within supervisors for success. David Daniel, Dr.
All right, well, good morning, everybody here and online. Thank you so much for inviting me today to talk about climb higher, equipping supervisors for success. I thought what better way to announce the fall dates for the program than to Staff Senate and to the staff of the university. So I just wanted to talk really briefly about the program, and then I'm going to invite Dr. Michael Logan to share her experience as someone who participated in the program. So Climb Higher, equipping supervisors for success is a 2-day training program that the Department of Human Resources puts on for supervisors of the university to equip you to better do your job. So it is open to any full-time faculty or staff that supervise one or more full-time staff members. And we cover a ton of different topics that really do as Climb Higher stands for here: coach, lead, aspire, manage, and build the teams that you supervise. So we'll cover practical things such as, better understanding policies, better understanding, how to welcome new hires to your team, how to hire those people, how to get the most out of the performance development and goal setting period, how to have difficult conversations, how to transition from being a colleague to a supervisor. Those are just some of the topics that we will discuss in the program. But like I said, it's 2 days. There's 2 sessions. You will join one session, either session 1 or 2, and we'll meet here in DSU. And lunch is on us. So we do have lunch, which is a great that's like my favorite part, because we just get to hang out for an hour with all the supervisors and network and eat, and so it's always a lot of fun. But the applications will open next week, so a week from today on September 13th, and you can find the application at the link on the screen behind me here. So it's not open yet, but it will be. I wanted you guys to be the first ones to know about the application opening. So like I said, there's no better way to, hear about the value of the program than by someone who actually participated in it and, took the knowledge with her to her own career. So I want to welcome Dr. Michael Logan.
Sure, thank you. And I should, Tanya was in there with me, so I should make her come stand up. But I think, what I liked, what was fun about it to me, many things, but I really liked that it was a range of people with, as Brian had said, institutional knowledge. I am newer to WKU, not new anymore, but didn't have some of this knowledge and admittedly didn't ask about it. And so it was really informative to me to learn the specifics of some procedures and policies. And I think perhaps it was even helpful for some of our more experienced or long-term folks to have a refresh on what some of those are and how we can handle some difficult situations. I think the two things that were most interesting to me was that we all did the DISC assessment and thought more about ourselves. I mean, as workers and as leaders, and how our groups function that way. And we did a group activity that I think is easily transferable back into the office and really just helps you think about perspectives. And then also we had times to think about troubleshooting. How are you approaching these things? I've had this situation, what should I do? And it just was a really safe space where I think that we all had the freedom to, nobody was naming names or anything, but where we had the space to talk about struggles that we're having. And I can remember that there were people in there that were like, oh, that's what's happening to me right now. And so there was camaraderie and there were answers, or if not answers, then there was a support system in place. So I thought it was 2 days well spent thinking about my own leadership, but also the functioning of my office. And we recently onboarded a new person, and I know that went better than it might have had I not done that so recently. So I think it was a 2 days well spent.
Thank you so much for sharing about your experience. So like I said, just to summarize, it's a mixture of, group discussion, scenario exploration, and, presentations covering topics and stuff like that. So it's a very interactive experience where you get to talk with other people, where you get to talk about your own situations and troubleshoot and get guidance and support from everyone in the room and around campus and everything. So I highly encourage everybody to apply. We are committed as a department to continue to provide this. It's offered in the fall and the spring. So this is the fall dates. If you can't make this, we hope you can join us in the spring. Thank you.
What's the cap? Like the enrollment cap?
The enrollment cap, I think it's around 30 per session is how many we can fit to still have a good experience and also fit in the room. Yes.
Do you know how many supervisors there are?
I
On
do
the staff
not,
side?
I do not have that number off the top of my
I'll just add, this should be required.
Mhm.
And it might be worth a discussion offline about how we can ask some way to incentivize this as a required activity for new supervisors. Because 2 days for this kind of experience to me is a good investment. So
I think it's important too, the supervisors that have gone through it to encourage their that someone supervises to make sure they go through it as well. Because it's beneficial. Like Jordan said, you went through it, didn't you? Yeah, you went through the first one, right? Yeah, I went through the second one, and I think, the improvements, his was good too, but I'm just saying, it gets better each session because you have feedback and stuff, so.
Yes, we, like you can tell, this is relatively new. We did a pilot session, then we did 2 in the spring, and now this will be basically the 3rd time around doing it. So it continues to grow, and we continue to welcome feedback in how we present it. We've had really good turnout, having it voluntary so far and encouraging people like that have completed it to ask their team members, if you are a supervisor or director, please maybe make that part of your team members, performance development goal setting form. Hey, why don't this be one of your goals? Why don't you go to this? I want you to go to this and gain some new skills. So that's where we're at right now. And we're always improving and taking recommendations on how to improve it moving forward. But we're really excited and committed to providing these opportunities.
Is there also a DEI component to this as well?
So we do cover, that is one of our topics, yes. Mhm. Thank you for asking. Any other questions? Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you all. We'll move on to reports. Regent Brinkley, do you?
Given the timing of the last meeting and this meeting and the lack of activity on the region side, we don't have another meeting because of the odd occurrence in the fall until October. I have no report. But I am fine answering questions either in this meeting or later as you all need it.
Thank you. Parliamentarian?
Ad hoc committee for constitution and bylaws will be doing reviews over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have a draft to present to select senators for review.
Thank you. Communications, Senator Vincent.
I just have a couple reminders that the Staff Leadership Institute is still taking applications until Monday, September 18th. The Staff Leadership Institute is a unique program that a personal and professional development offered to a cohort of WKU staff. The cohort meets throughout the year and participates in various development activities, including campus tours, engaging trainings, and team building. And I know several members on here have attended the Staff Leadership Institute, so it's a great opportunity. They still have several spaces available, so make sure you fill out that application. We received an email to the Staff Senate about parking on campus for the Gordon Ford College of Building when it's being built and the people. So I have forwarded that on to administration, and as soon as I get a response, I will reach back out to the person that sent the email to find out what they're going to do with all the parking and the new employees down the hill. So I have not heard back yet.
Thank you for. Treasurer, Senator Henry.
Good morning, everyone. Standard report, our ENG index, no change, starting balance $3,668. No additions, no disbursements, ending balance $3,668. Our Staff Senate Excellence Fund, starting balance $1,906.67 with additions of $18.35, no disbursements, ending balance $1,925.02. Our book scholarship fund, starting balance $1,629.84, $10 in additions, no disbursements, ending balance $1,639.84. And that's my report.
Thank you very much. Technology, Senator Gilbert. No report. Thank you. Senator Moran.
No report.
Thank you. Vice Chair Stoll.
No new report, just a reminder for everybody that we're continuing to take applications for the project mentorship, which you can find that on our Staff Senate website or in the email that we send out every month before our meetings.
Awesome. For the chair report, met with the president for the first of our monthly meetings for this semester. We had a good initial conversation. Was able to attend Topperfest, as I hope many of you were as well. Topperfest was a fun event. Combined last year's Topperfest with FanFest. So noticed there were a lot more families out and engaged with student athletes. Of course, the band was really good again, and I hear fireworks were great. Fireworks are always fun, of course. Also working on with the BC's continued. Since our last meeting, we've had one meeting, waiting for some data to come back for discussions to continue with the 2% pool. Senator Kanzler and myself are open to input at any time from senators or other members if anyone has a suggestion on how we might approach the 2% pool. That's not been decided, and we'll be happy to pass those thoughts along if anyone has them. reiterate the Staff Leadership Institute's open. That's a co-production of Human Resources and the Staff Senate. And I think about half the people in the room right now are graduates of the Staff Leadership Institute. So it's an excellent professional development and personal growth opportunity. I've not attended, but I've heard great things. My wife attended and had a good time. So hope to see a new happy class in just a few months. And that's all for my report. Is there any old business to be brought up?
Have we had an update on have you ordered the red towels?
Not yet.
Oh, you-
So I put in an order and it got declined from for imprint. So I gotta go back and do it. But that money's still there.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I was just curious.
Any new business? Okay. And then we reserve time for two things. One's the region report and the other is public comment. If there's any more public comment. Okay. Our next staff senate meeting, we will host President Caboni. We'll release our Qualtrics survey to solicit questions and comments from staff members. We ask for those in advance because it's not a 1 day, a 1 hour engagement. President and staff work to research and provide careful answers to the questions. The last few years have been a really good example, really good use of time, get to cover a lot of ground. So when you see those questions come out, please submit. I think they'll close around the 20th. So got a couple weeks to get things in, but plan a little bit of time to submit any questions you might have, and we will pass those along. The Senate will, after our meeting adjourns, we'll have a short workshop and then have time for committee meetings after that. That ends it for announcements. So as long as, I don't want to cut anybody off, make sure if there was time you need to bring up something and didn't know when. Okay. Then we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second of motion.
Okay.
You have first it or he first?
First and second.
Oh, okay.
So unanimous consent.
So as long